My mom made me do this with our dog. On camera. Growing up, I always believed my family was pretty normal, ordinary in all the ways that mattered. We weren't particularly flashy or chaotic, just a regular family with the usual quirks. But little did I know that one seemingly typical afternoon would spiral into one of the most hilariously awkward experiences of my life. All thanks to my mom and our wildly energetic dog Max. It started on a rare day off. After weeks of long, exhausting workdays, I finally had a chance to slow down. I was parked on the living room couch, cradling a fresh cup of coffee in my hands, feeling the soft cushions wrap around me like a warm hug. I was mentally preparing for an afternoon of complete and utter relaxation. No deadlines, no chores, just peace. Then, without warning, my mom burst into the room. She had a grin stretched so wide across her face that I immediately knew trouble was brewing. She looked like a kid who had just thought of the ultimate prank, mischievous and way too excited. "Hey," she chirped, practically vibrating with energy. "I have the best idea ever. You have to do this with Max right now. And you need to film it." I blinked at her, utterly perplexed. "Do what?" I asked, still clutching my coffee like a lifeline. "Trust me, it's going to be hilarious," she said, already moving toward Max, who was stretched out lazily on the carpet. Poor guy had no clue what he was about to be dragged into. Now, for context. Max isn't just any dog. He's a border collie, a breed that's basically a living, breathing ball of pure energy. If you've ever met a border collie, you know, these dogs can't sit still for more than 5 minutes. Stillness, to Max, is a personal challenge he's determined to destroy. He's like a furry tornado on 4 legs, with a tongue that's always hanging out and a tail that never stops wagging. So there I was, staring suspiciously at my mom as she whipped out her phone, her grin somehow growing even wider. "I want you and Max to do the dog dance challenge. We'll record it and post it," she said, beaming with the kind of excitement that made it impossible to say no. I nearly dropped my coffee. "The what?" I sputtered. "You know, the dog dance challenge, where you dance with your dog on camera. It's all over social media," she said, waving her phone like a baton. I stared at her in disbelief. Dance with Max. The same Max who couldn't walk in a straight line without turning it into a full-blown circus. But I knew better than to argue. When my mom had an idea, no matter how ridiculous, it was just easier to roll with it. Resistance was, frankly, useless. Before I could come up with a decent excuse, she had already set up the phone on the coffee table, hitting record. Meanwhile, Max must have sensed the shift in the air because he suddenly leapt up, spinning in excited circles, barking as if to say, "I have no idea what's happening, but I'm ready." Standing there, staring at my overexcited dog, I realized I had no idea how to even begin to dance with him. I'm not a dancer, not even close. And Max had the coordination of a caffeine-fueled toddler on roller skates. Still, my mom was cheering me on from the couch like a one-woman pep squad, and Max was practically vibrating with excitement. So I took a deep breath and awkwardly started moving side to side, hoping Max would somehow catch on. Spoiler alert, he did not catch on. Instead, Max decided that dancing meant sprinting in frantic circles around my legs, occasionally leaping up to paw at me, or wildly licking my shins. Every time I tried a simple two-step, he'd crash into me like a tiny, furry wrecking ball, sending me stumbling. At one point, he even tried to vault over my legs mid-spin, sending me flailing into the coffee table to save the lamp from certain destruction. It was pure, beautiful chaos. Meanwhile, my mom was gasping with laughter from the couch, her hands shaking so badly that the video was just a series of shaky blurs. "This is going to go viral," she howled between fits of laughter. Honestly, I wasn't sure whether she was serious or just thrilled to watch me humiliate myself. Probably a bit of both. Max, for his part, was loving every second. He thought this was the best new game we'd ever invented, dashing around, barking, licking my hands, and even trying to herd me into a corner like a rogue sheep. Every so often, by pure dumb luck, we actually managed to sync up, like when I spun left and Max, somehow miraculously, spun left too. In those fleeting moments, I could almost believe we were pulling it off. But mostly, it was just me trying to stay upright while Max treated the living room like a canine amusement park. After about 10 minutes, my legs were jelly, and Max was panting like he'd just finished a marathon. I collapsed back onto the couch, arms flopping uselessly at my sides. Okay, that's enough, I gasped, laughing despite myself. Max, ever the attention seeker, immediately jumped onto the couch next to me, licking my face as if to say, "We crushed it. You two are absolutely the cutest," my mom said between giggles, already rewatching the footage. "This is definitely going up on social media." Mom, no, I groaned, horrified at the idea of the world seeing my uncoordinated flailing. But it was too late. Within minutes, she had uploaded the video with a caption that read, "Dog Dance Challenge. Epic fail or epic win? You decide." It didn't take long. My phone started blowing up with notifications. Friends, family, even distant acquaintances were chiming in. Some were crying, laughing at my lack of rhythm. Others were obsessed with Max's wild antics. A few even crowned Max the true star of the video, which, let's be honest, was completely accurate. Embarrassed as I was, I couldn't help but feel a strange sense of pride. Max and I had somehow managed to bring a little joy and a lot of laughter to people's day, even if it came at the cost of my dignity. By the end of the day, my mom was already plotting our next challenge. I rolled my eyes but couldn't help smiling. As much as I dreaded another round of public embarrassment, I had to admit, sometimes it's these crazy, unexpected moments that turn into the memories you never want to forget. And hey, at least Max got a whole new fan base. He's officially a social media dancing sensation now. And I'm just the slightly clumsy human sidekick he drags along for the ride.